G'day again, World. Alabar Jones here, leader and founder of the Earth Guard Astral Projection Crew. We've had a massive week in which we've dealt blows to time. Sorry, I don't think dealing a blow to time is exactly the right word for it, but we've been looking at the nature of time because, anyway, I'll get to that. And we also hit a multi-galactic AI infrastructure, which was working against us. But Araman told us all about it last week. And there's so much more to share with you. Yeah, so some wild things are happening. You may remember from some of our earlier episodes where we were talking about the PTSD trap for war veterans. Well, we also found the PTSD trap for rape victims and closed that off in exactly the same way. Without putting too fine a point on it, I don't think this is the format to share those stories. But know that we've done something good for them as well. On top of that, we've known there's something wrong with time for a long time. That time here in our solar system runs differently to time from the rest of the galaxy, and we haven't really understood the ins and outs of that. But last night we did a massive mission into that. See, we were playing around with time and trying to get the organic time matrices working again. And so we saw two main things. One was the mechanism of the days, weeks, months, years, and it was sort of like a massive clockwork that just kept turning around. Weeks turned into months, turned into days, turned into that, it was an infinite loop. It was a clock that kept turning round and round and round without going anywhere. But caught in the mechanism, caught in those cogs, are all of the people who are just living out their Mondays and Thursdays the same way as they have forever and ever. It makes routine comfortable, might be the right word. And so we left that alone because we thought that taking that apart, we don't have anything to replace it with yet. So having some structure, it's not really the worst thing that could happen to us to have days of the week and a bad Gregorian calendar. But taking it apart and crushing it we don't have anything to replace it, so we would just create chaos. And I don't think that's really the number one goal. But the second aspect of time that we encountered was very, very big. It was a bubble around our solar system, and inside of it, time had been effectively frozen. Like all of the universe, time is in wheels and it spins round and round. But when it gets to that peak evil, they manage to freeze time at that particular moment. So the wheels stop moving in our solar system. Really, really incredible engineering. And I think that a lot of the bad guy infrastructure is based off of this manipulation of time. And there's two main features, or three features, that I want to share with you. One was that we're able to, you can't freeze time with one spell. It looked like they had hundreds and hundreds of pages logged on top of each other in order to make that work. And our team managed to pull that time lock apart one page at a time, one page at a time, one page at a time. It was very, dare the pun, time consuming, but worth it. Because what happened was it allowed things to move that had been frozen in time previously. And one of those key things was, I hate even saying the word, it makes me sound like such a space cadet, but I'm going to call them space whales or time whales. because these are a liquid form that flies around, very intelligent, very playful, communicate the same way as dolphins with direct image transmission. And they were just sort of mucking around and playing like they normally do. When this solar system was frozen in time, and some of them got stuck here. We managed to rescue 3 of these time whales. It's such a terrible word, but we don't have a better word for them. If anybody knows what they are, please reach out and tell us about any theology that describes these things, because yeah, we've never seen them before, and we kind of think that they are a little bit like white blood cells traveling through the void. We think they're here to solve problems. And they definitely did help us dismantle the shell around the Earth and equalize the time pressure, or let the frozen time meet with flowing time. And then that sort of turned into a slush, which became more liquid and then became free flowing time. And then we took down the shell that had trapped our solar system. And we were watching different pan-galactic intelligences watching us do it. Like, we didn't go after them because, well, just because we were busy. But their jaws were on the floor. They were dumbfounded that anyone would remove that section of the trap. And that section of the trap around Earth is so important, is so powerful to them, that they were just sort of muttering to themselves, we don't know how we're going to get that back. We don't know how we're going to reinstall that. We don't know what we're going to do there. But what I think that they're coming to terms with is that they're on a slippery slide of collapse, with our team pushing their deconstruction. And sooner or later, they're going to get swiped right out of our solar system, and then hopefully our galaxy. And there was another mission that we did from intelligence that we gained from Ahriman. If you saw our recent video about human to cyborg and the demon lord who leads that effort, that was our interview with Ahriman. Ahriman is a Muslim god that nobody in the Christian world has bloody well heard of, which is okay. It's okay. But I thought that interview would introduce, well, firstly, him and the kind of ideas and the kind of dastardly evil plans that these off-worlders have for our poor little planet. But one of the things, while we were talking to Ahriman, you see, we had the whole team there and everybody was able to identify all the things he was talking about. And what we found was an AI city that coordinated the AI infiltration of 85 different galaxies. It was in the void between all of these galaxies, and so it effectively had no real address. Nobody was going to bump into it unless they knew they were looking for it. And thank golly, Ahriman was arrogant enough to let us see it. We can follow his thought patterns back to see these things, and bada bing, bada boom, our team went for broke on this one. We know that cyborging species is the final step, and that's the end of them. And so to find some critical cyborging infrastructure for these bad guys is a very, very tempting target. And we had such a powerful team going after this. So it's like all of our best players were in the game. We managed to disembowel this planet-size sphere of machinery. We planted so many light nukes on it, like C4 all around it, inside it, all through it. And basically, when we detonated, as they started to realize what we were doing, we decided to detonate it and crippled the station immediately. We did see dozens and dozens of pipes leading out to different stations that they have. And so we immediately built, I suppose the word is cluster bombs, to send down those tubes, and with great effect. We think we got rid of at least 25 intermediary nodes around the galaxies, around 85 or 100 galaxies. So I will say it's 86. That's the number. It's 86. So at least 25 nodes to 86 galaxies. And then from there, we still found another, how many was it? 265 portals to individual stations around individual planets or solar systems or such and such. And so we then repeated that with a further cluster bomb munitions sent down those pipelines. And we basically wrecked 96% of the infrastructure that the AI is using to attack 86 different galaxies. It was such a major victory, but it might take a little while before the lost little boys who are left here to stand up and try and implement their dastardly plans on Earth are weakened to the point of destruction. I know we'll be hunting them down very, very soon. But yeah, great victories, great advances. We are mopping the floor with them, and I do like that image of the slippery slide where there's absolutely no chance they're going to go back to the top, but once they hit the bottom, like we're looking at a free Earth. If you saw the interview with Lucifer, you'll also see that what we're talking about is the split. That's how we know our job is completed. When all of them are off-world, there's no more evil, and the world will split into a good and an evil world. You might call it the rapture. We're constantly recruiting people for our teams. If you've done more than 10,000 hours astral projection, please let us know, and we'll put you through the candidate process. For those of you who are intermediate meditators or beginners, I run a course that takes people from zero to the tippity top of the game. You will learn new things no matter what level you're at. I encourage you to look at my class list, the curriculum, on my website, alabarjones.com. Those that complete that course, and not everybody does complete it the first time round, will be invited to come on our missions. And what we're up to is restructuring the energetic environment around Earth, our solar system, and then hopefully our galaxy. Big things afoot, but this revolution against the evil and the AI that is trying to envelop our world, well, we think we're doing pretty well. We think we're going to win this one. So if you want to join us on that one, please let me know. Also, if you're not sure that you have the skills yet, by all means, come and do my course. Not everybody who completes the course wants to come and fly missions with us, but most people do. Just drop your email into my website and you'll receive the invitation for the class that starts in late June, early July. Yeah. All right. My love to you all. Stay well, and maybe the force be with you. Bye for now.